Welcome back to this special edition of the show, coming to you from Davos in Switzerland. We've been speaking with the Colombian President, Alvaro Uribe. Here's more of that conversation. You actually have been commended for your effort to go out to the people, your grassroots campaigning to bring this social cohesion, as you described it. But at the moment, about 1 in 10 Colombians can't find work. It's a difficult situation. Our cameras went out onto the streets of Bogota, where we questioned people about what they would like to ask you if they had the chance. And most of them talked about unemployment. Here's a sample of some of the responses.
Try to get more involved with the working class and the workers. The politicians should get more involved with them.
Why is Colombia so bad off? He should manage the money better and invest in Colombians.
Please try to fix this country. We are really bad off.
Do you get these messages when you go out into the country? Because I know you go widespread to talk to the people.
I don't need to see these messages because I live in permanent contact with our people. We practice one form of government. Its name is communitarian government. I have a permanent dialogue with the people. For instance, unemployment. Unemployment was 20%. 2 years ago, it was 10.5. Now it is 11. We are facing this world economic crisis. Education. In basic education, we have passed from 78% of coverage to almost 100. We have problems to give coverage to those under 5. But we are making the best efforts. In child nutrition, we had 6 million children. Now we have almost 11 million children. In assistance for the elderly, Colombia had 60,000 elders with the state assistance. Today we have almost 1 million. We are working to handle the situation in security, in investment, and in social cohesion. But of course, it takes time. For instance, the young gentleman who spoke, he commented about the necessity to choose the people, to the public servants, based on merits. Our government has expanded the choice based on merits. Now we have 300,000 state employees who are chosen based on merits.
But when these people, when you hear these questions, when you hear them face to face, when you go and see the people, how do you assure them that you have something?
I speak to them with all the sincerity. I say, we can do this, we cannot do this. We need to, for this request, we have no money. For this request, we have no legal authorization. We are looking for options. I want always to look for options, to try to imagine how to deal with this problematic situation in my country.
Now, you've said that security should come before social justice.
No, at the same time. Therefore, we have what I call an integrated action. At the same time, we go to the jungle with the soldiers. We go there with social security, with Medicare, with child nutrition. We try to implement all the social programs at the same time. Of course, I recognize it is not enough. We need to do much more, but it takes time. It needs much more money. And we are making these integrated efforts. And let me send a message to the Arab community. We want to strengthen our links with the Arab community. I want to invite the Arab community to come to Colombia. In Colombia, the Arab community will find friends. We need to integrate our economies. We need to have the Arab community in our country for the Arabs to realize that our country is a safe place to invest, to prosper, to have long-term projects. I am very delighted to have the possibility to send this message to the Arab community through this channel.
Now, sometimes you get, labeled as a very strong, staunch supporter of Israel. Will it work in that sense? And how do you regard what happened in Gaza with the Israeli attacks on Gaza?
We need to be very prudent. Colombia has suffered violence during 60 years. We want no country in the world suffers as our country has suffered. We want peace for every country.
In terms of your attempts to improve the economy, Colombia has a free trade agreement signed with the US, but not ratified by the Congress because they've put the issue of human rights as being a very high on the agenda before that's ratified. What hope do you have that there will be a free trade agreement signed?
No, we have signed free trade agreements with Mercosur,
right,
with Chile, with 3 Central American countries, with Canada. Now we are in negotiation with the European Union. Last year we signed the agreement of bilateral investment protection with China. We are looking for this agreement with India. We are going to negotiate the agreement of economic partnership with Japan, and we are hopeful that at any moment the United States Congress will ratify our agreement. In Colombia, the investment rate has passed from 12 to 28. We have created a framework to give confidence to the investors under the condition that they proceed with social responsibility in our country. One item of social responsibility is fraternity in the relationships between employers and workers. Other item is respect for environmental issues. Other item is the concept of capital. Capital can no longer be an instrument of speculation. Capital has to be only an instrument to create social wealth. Under these conditions, we have created all the incentives, tax incentives, stable rules, pacts on stable rules, friendly attitude to our investors. We have created a very important framework for investors to feel safe in Colombia.
Irrespective of those frameworks, can you overcome the challenges you face in perception of human rights abuses and the fact that so many people were killed by paramilitary forces?
No, you are not updated. My government dismantled the paramilitary organization. We found 60,000 terrorists, and we have seen that the mobilization of 50,000. My government has recovered the state monopoly to fight illegal groups. If you interview many more Colombians, you will find that Colombia has improved a lot. Homicides have been halved by our government. Kidnapping. Before my administration, Colombia suffered almost 4,000 cases of kidnapping per year. Last year in the rural remote areas, we had 195, but we have all the determination to reach 0 cases.
On the final thought,
without dictatorships, with democratic values.
On a final thought, a lot of people have been wondering about how your presidency, your second term, obviously again is due up at the end of 2010 or in 2010. A lot of people have been wondering about where your presidency will go, and we went out with our cameras into Bogota again, and one of the issues that came up was the issue of your presidency, and this is what some of the people had to say.
When would he say whether or not he would run for re-election in 2010?
First, when will his government end? Second, where are the people? Third, what is there for the people? And fourth, why so much fascism? Fifth, we young people are bored.
Of course, that's just a sample of views, but a lot of people wondering whether, like Hugo Chavez and some of the other leaders in Latin America, you would push to change the constitution for a third term.
No, I am fighting to prolong our values. This is not a problem to perpetuate individuals, but Colombia has suffered violence for 60 years. We have the right to look how to continue the projects that are being able to overcome these historic problems. Therefore, we are looking to prolong democratic security, investment confidence, and social cohesion. Otherwise, my country would run the risk to come back. In a country such as Colombia, with its problem, it is necessary to introduce adjustments every day, but it is necessary to have a long-term vision. And our long-term vision comprises democratic security, investment confidence, and social cohesion. Therefore, I have to fight for these policies to be re-elected. This is not a problem of individuals. This is a problem of ideas, of vision.
Mr. President, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, that's it for our conversation with the Colombian President Alvaro Uribe. In our interview recently from New Delhi with the Indian Foreign Minister Pranab Mukherjee, he called for decisive action by Pakistan to capture those suspected to be involved in the Mumbai attacks of last November. In the next show, we speak with Pakistan's Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani to hear his response and discuss his country's relationship with the United States. From me and the team, we'll see you next time.